What's up, everybody? Another great episode of Fourth Person Point of View, baby. And today I wanted to talk about something that's all over the internet. No, and it's not the fact that I shaved my beard off. Something else. That's another topic. But I wanted to talk about LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. So if you are aware, during the Knicks versus Lakers game on March the 6th, LeBron James approached Stephen A. Smith and he said something about his son. Now, Stephen A. Smith, which I watched Stephen A. Smith's interview, and Stephen A. Smith said that he cannot repeat what LeBron said to him. So a lot of people were speculating, saying LeBron said, keep my son's name out your effing mouth. But Stephen A. Smith said he couldn't repeat what LeBron said. And I feel like it must have been something personal. But Stephen A. Smith also said something else that made a lot of sense. He said, I was talking to a parent, which lets us know that it was something that LeBron didn't like, that Stephen A. Smith said about his son. Now, over here, we're going to look at things from a fourth person perspective. If you remember, when Bronny James was at USC, excuse me, when he was at USC, he collapsed, something related to cardiac arrest, and that was in 2023. That was in 2023. So it made the news. LeBron and Savannah, I think, went out there to make sure he was okay. And then later on, the doctors cleared Bronny James and said he was good to play. Now, a lot of people, especially LeBron fans, were concerned about Bronny because that's LeBron's son. And, people, when people support you, they support your family. So everybody was happy when Bronny was cleared. Then you fast forward, Bronny gets drafted. Now, Stephen A. Smith, which I don't have a problem with him. I like Stephen A. Smith. He's a character. He's funny. I think that's his role. He's a journalist. He's got a degree in journalism or mass communications, and he focuses on sports and a little bit of politics here and there. Now, Stephen A. Smith is known to be critical. Kwame Brown kind of said, hey, he said something to Stephen A. Smith about the way he was criticizing him. I think Kwame said something about Stephen A. Smith said he wouldn't trade him for a box of cereal or a box of chips or something. So that was one other situation. And then you remember Terrell Owens said something to Stephen A. Smith on his live one day, and along the lines of like, hey, don't think you're one of us. He said, you're not a player. So Stephen A. Smith Stephen A. Smith has been getting a lot of criticism from players. And Kwame Brown said, you don't talk about them white boys like that. And I also believe that Kwame Brown was speaking from the heart. I mean, I think he's a professional athlete. He played in the NBA. And so I think he understands and he sees what he sees, and he felt like, hey man, you cover me, a little too much there, pal. So back to Bronny James. I feel like LeBron James feels like, hey man, you covered my son a little too much. Now I went on YouTube and I looked up Stephen A. Smith on Bronny James, and I found four videos where Stephen A. Smith said something about Bronny James, and they were like spaced out. Everything from like 4 weeks ago to 2, 3, and I seen one that was 7 months ago where Stephen A. Smith was talking about Bronny James. So I said, okay. That is a lot. Now, Bronny James is LeBron's son. And I think from a fourth person perspective, everybody's looking at Bronny James in the wrong way. this is what I believe. Bronny James, who we said collapsed July 24th, 2023. He collapsed. Cardiac arrest. We don't know the backstory to this young man. We don't know what kind of medical condition he has, what he's dealing with. But one thing we do know, those of us who have common sense, is what LeBron said in the interview, because they made history. So you was following, which I watched that game. They played together. First father and son duo in the NBA on October 22nd, 2024 against the Timberwolves. They made history. Now, I want you to listen to something here. I want you to listen to what was said. And this makes a lot of sense. And I think Stephen A. Smith, which Stephen A. Smith has a job to do. He does. But I think even he's looking at this from the wrong perspective. And I understand he's got bosses, and maybe they're behind it. Who knows? But let's listen to something right quick. So this right here is the October 22nd, 2024 interview with LeBron and Bronny. So here we go. Listen.
And you got the victory alongside your son. What led to success tonight?
I think it was our attention to detail. We had a great game plan, and our attention to detail throughout 48 minutes was at an all-time high. So that resulted in us getting this win.
Bronny, you were locked in all week, and you said you would soak in the moment after the game. What will you remember most about tonight?
Just going up to that score set with my dad, checking in for the first time. That's a crazy moment I'll never forget.
As you checked in and you realized this lifelong dream, what did you realize about accomplishing that?
I mean, I'm just extremely grateful for everything. I was given an amazing opportunity to come in this league and get better every day and learn every day.
Let's stop right there. Did you hear what he said? He said playing with my dad, and he said he was given an amazing opportunity to come into this league. So this young man is not slow. He said, my dad. Listen up. We're going to listen to the whole thing. It's only 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just extremely grateful.
Huge smile across your face. You have accomplished many milestones. You have made history countless times. Why is this feat so special?
It's family. It's always been family over everything. And, for me, I lost a lot of time because of this league and committing to this league, being on the road at times, missing a lot of his things, Bryce's things, Jerry's things. So to be able to have this moment where I'm working still and I can work alongside my son is one of the greatest gifts I've ever got from the man above, and I'm going to take full advantage of it.
You heard that? Working and working alongside of my son. Just like Donald Trump got Barron's ass in the White House, LeBron said working beside my son.
Lastly, we heard you telling Bronny before he went on the court, play carefree. Don't worry about making mistakes. What do you want him to remember every time he steps onto this court as an NBA player?
This is not it's not promised every day that you get an opportunity to play in this beautiful league. There's only 450 of us, and understand it's not given to you. You got to earn every moment, and I think he knows that, and he's looking forward to the progress, to the process of getting better and better every single day to be the player that he ultimately wants to be. So, but I'm super proud of him, and he's my lifeline, that's for sure.
Amazing. Congratulations on this win, and congratulations on...
Did you hear that? He said the process and the progress of the player he wants to be. He didn't say the player that he is. He said the player that he wants to be. All right. Now, they understand. We just heard both of them. They're not living in La La Land. They understand. I told you, Stephen A. Smith has a job to do. He's a reporter. I guess LeBron is wondering, why are you covering my son like he's me? And he's not wrong. We just heard this interview, and y'all can pull this interview up online. Just type in LeBron and Bronny James post-game interview after making NBA history. Why is Stephen A covering Bronny like he's Jordan or goddamn Kobe? This right here is a father and son moment. Bronny James is not LeBron. He's not Steph Curry. He's not Jordan. He's a young man whose daddy brought him in the NBA to play alongside of him. And that's it. And I guess Stephen A. Smith putting the spotlight on the young man is kind of defeating the purpose. So Bronny is not there to perform at that level. And somebody might say, well, what in the hell is he there for? Because his daddy is the damn star of the team. Let's look at something right quick. How much is LeBron James worth? $1.2 billion. LeBron James is worth $1.2 billion. Let's see something else. How much of the Lakers does LeBron? Okay. So he does not own any part of the Lakers, but he is the poster boy for them. So he's kind of like the cash cow. So when LeBron James speaks, the Lakers will listen because he's technically the Lakers. Now, let me see something else. Let's see how much do the Lakers pay LeBron. Oh, shit. Okay. So it says in 2025, $48.73 million. Last summer, LeBron signed a 2-year, $101.3 million contract with the Lakers with a player option for 2025-2026. He is due to earn $48.7 million this season and $52.6 million next season. I mean, do you not see that? A 2-year, $101.3 million contract? Hell, LeBron James is the man. He wants to play with his son. And that's what the Lakers gave him. I'm willing to bet you, and we don't know this, but possibly, man, you don't think LeBron James got enough common sense to say, hey, Lakers, do this for me and I do this for you. For all we know, he might have told them to take a few dollars out of his paycheck and give it to his son. Let's see how much does Bronny make. Much does Bronny? Bronny is building his own legacy beyond the umbrella of his father. Bronny James secured a 4-year, $7.9 million rookie contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. His salary starts at $1.15 million for the 2024-2025 season and steadily increases to $2.48 million in 2027 and 2028 if the team uses the option. So they're not they ain't tripping about money. This is not about money. They just made history. Let me see something else here. See, you gotta look at this like I do. It says, according to Nick Wright of Athlon Sports, over 500,000 Bronny jerseys have been sold, generating more than $50 million in revenue. So the boys' jerseys done made $50 million. You making me jump on this damn board. You made me jump on my board here. Bronny. jersey sells 500,000 for a $50 million profit. Is that it? 50 million? Shit. I mean, Bronny jersey's 500,000 sold with 50 million in revenue. This is business. They just made history. He done made 50 million in revenue for the damn team, and they only gave him 7. Shit, they winning. And I think if everybody would look at this for what it's supposed to be, I think you'll realize that Bronny James is doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be out there with Daddy. And if you listen to this song right here, you'll understand where LeBron and Bronny are coming from. Because Stephen A. Smith, he has a job to do, but I think he's looking at this the wrong way. You looking for Bronny to step up and be dad, and he's not. This is LeBron and Bronny right here. Hey, that's LeBron and Bronny. They out there on the court. That's Bronny James and LeBron right there. They out there just the two of us. We can make it if we try. They out there passing the ball. He like, go ahead, son. You take the shot. Now, something else you got to keep in mind here too. From a fourth person perspective, LeBron James, what did I say is worth? How much? What did I say? 1.2 billion? LeBron is worth 1.2 billion. More than likely, a person worth $1.2 billion, like LeBron, is not going to walk away from the NBA. It is his life. Now, from a fourth person perspective, you got to look at Bronny like Daddy's bringing him into the family business. Ha ha, you didn't think about that, did you? So, what other entry-level career could Daddy bring him in on? He's too young to coach. He don't know enough about the game and coach all them professionals out there. He don't own a team. We just saw that. So, have you ever thought about this is how Daddy is bringing LeBron into the family business? I mean, how LeBron is bringing Bronny into the family business? It's entry-level work. And he's not bad. You will see LeBron James in the future, probably partial owner of the LA Lakers or some other team out there. Trust me. He's got too much money. And he's connected to basketball. LeBron James will either own a team. He might want to coach. He might coach a team one day. I don't see him being a Stephen A. Smith on ESPN, but possibly. Because you got people like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. Occasionally, they make appearances on Sports Center. But I don't see LeBron being on Sports Center. Maybe, who knows? But I do see him, with his maturity and all that money, he will probably own a team one day. And whatever LeBron does in this industry, his family is going to follow in his footsteps. We know his son, Bryce, will probably play in the NBA one day. He probably will. I mean, he's there already. He's playing at the highest level. So Bronny James is entry level right now. But the thing y'all not considering, Bronny James is learning the family business. On that team, right now, he's learning how to play at the highest level. If you go back and watch the interviews, Daddy told him, don't worry about making mistakes. He said, you see the intensity. He's seeing the level of an NBA player. That means he sees the type of talent. He understands the recruiting process. He understands the practice schedule. He understands how many hours they have to practice, how many hours they have to watch film. I'm sure the NBA is just like the NFL. I'm sure they have a lot that we don't see. All we see is them go out there and play, but this is their life. So Bronny James is learning the family business, and I respect LeBron for that. He's learning everything he needs to know. He knows he's learning the tax bracket. He's learning how to pay his taxes. He's learning how to invest his money. He knows when he would get paid. He knows how to budget his money. And as Daddy moves up into the industry, so will Bronny. So whenever Bronny James stops playing basketball, we don't know how long he's going to play. It's nothing but experience, and he's learning the whole industry along the way. I can see Bronny James being a coach one day. He seems to be a smart young man who understands the game. So we might look on the side one day and see Bronny James coaching, and not necessarily in the NBA. He might want to go back and coach his alma mater. He might want to go to USC and coach. He might want to coach at other Division I schools. He might want to go to Duke or anywhere. So lay off LeBron for being a father. He's setting the boy up for success. Now, Stephen A. Smith got to accept what I'm saying. You keep trying to judge Bronny James like he's LeBron, but he's not. $1.2 billion and your daddy is LeBron James. Hey, this is the family business. Why would Bronny James go out there and try to work for Jerry Jones or be an NFL coach when daddy has already got this environment where you're going to get respect off your name and what your daddy did? So why not capitalize off of it? If you go back and listen to this interview that I just played, they both understood the opportunity. Bronny James knows this is an opportunity. LeBron let him know, hey, this is an opportunity. And you can become whatever you want to become. You heard him say the player you want to be. He said the process. You got to listen. So Bronny James understands this is a process, and whatever his intentions are, his daddy has gave him the foundation. All them damn Trump kids in the White House, they were not qualified. Trust me. But you see, Donald Trump gave all of them a position. He gave just about every one of his kids a position in the White House during his first term, so they could get the experience and understand the process of how that White House is ran. Now, that's all LeBron is doing for Bronny. Now, what Bronny decides to do it in the NBA is on him. Like I said, there's so many options. Daddy's got the capital to buy a team. So if Daddy's got the capital to buy a team, LeBron's going to die one day. He's going to get old. And them damn James kids will probably take over whatever team he buy. So Bronny needs to know what happens on the lowest ranks. If he becomes a coach, he understands the process. His daddy is LeBron James. He's played in the NBA. Bronny has played in the NBA. Now Bronny can go back and coach at the Division I level. Or D2. He might want to, he can go anywhere and coach. It's a gift Daddy is giving him. Bronny James could also do what Stephen A. Smith is doing. He can say he wants to go to ESPN and be a sports broadcaster, analyst. I think that's the proper term. So that's another career option he has. I mean, there are so many. But back to what we was talking about in the beginning, I think LeBron James was right. I understand Stephen A. Smith has a job to do. But why are you making my son the center of attention? There's a lot of people, what LeBron said, 450-something? There's 450-something people in the NBA. Why are you focusing on Bronny? Bronny is not here because he's me. He's here because he's LeBron's son. And with that being said, that takes all the pressure off of him. LeBron understand, Bronny understand, all the damn veterans in the damn league who got common sense understand. Bronny is not here to be LeBron or Steph Curry. He's here because he's LeBron's son. And then on the common sense side, somebody might say, well, he's in the NBA, he's expected to perform. No, he's not. He's there because he's LeBron's son. LeBron's at work and he's bringing his son to the office with him. You can't do it and neither can I, but he can. And so if he can do it, we got to let him do it. You should want some type of privilege for your son. You should want some type of privilege for your son. But I just wanted to talk about that, though. I understand LeBron, man. I mean, we don't know how Bronny James is wired. We don't know if he's a soft kid or he might have low self-esteem. He might be insecure. I mean, he is coming into fame. He's famous. I mean, he's been famous, but now he's famous and he's a young man and people are insulting him. He has to watch this stuff on TV and Stephen A. Smith is talking and all daddy got to do is say, hey, knock it off. Leave my son out your mouth, bro. Because, like I said, maybe what you are looking, maybe what you're looking at Bronny James as is not what LeBron and Bronny intend for him to be. He's at work with daddy, following in the family business. So stop looking at the fact that he's a player and look at him like he's an entry-level employee inside of the National Basketball Association Incorporated LLC or whatever it is. But this has been Fourth Person Point of View, baby. I'm out.